Tell us about what you had for lunch.
So a couple of years ago, I built a bike called Egg Salad, and kind of an oddball name bike, but that's just what we named it. And it was a Rotax 500 cc in a night, it was a night frame, chromoly frame, and it was a flat track bike, and I had like 2 months to build it, I think, because Bonneville was end of August and I started the beginning of June, and so I roughly had 2 months to build the bike. And I just started, I had some ideas in my head. I had never built like fairings for a bike, but we wanted it partial streamlined. And so through the course of building the bike, I was just, I don't know, my head was in a weird place, because I was just under so much pressure to build the bike, and I knew I only had a certain amount of time, and so I'd just get to the shop every afternoon and I would just be building, and it turned out to be a really cool bike. It was probably my favorite bike I've ever built, and I built a lot of bikes, and out of all of them, it just was I don't know, it was just really cool. It just spoke to me, and people could look at all the bikes I built and not even pick it out of the crowd and even like it, but I liked it. So a guy in Italy really wanted to buy it off me, and I eventually just said, okay, you can buy it, because I kept kind of just brushing him off, and he just kept bugging me. So I finally sold it, and when I sold it, it got loaded onto a semi-truck, and it was hard to see it go, because I just really liked the bike. So after that, I decided, well, at some point in time, I want to build another bike that's similar to that. And normally I don't like building two bikes that basically look the same, and because it just gets really boring if you do the same thing, just repetitious. But I kept all the patterns and everything for all the fairings on Egg Salad, so if I wanted to make the same fairings or something similar, I at least have all the patterns. And so that's kind of what I was going to do on this bike, is turn it into a partial streamline Bonneville racer. And so it'll be it won't look anything like a dirt bike when it's done. And then hopefully I won't end up selling it, because I really like that look, and I'd like to just have one kicking around.
So what's going to make this thing go fast?
It's going to be turbo, and it's going to be extremely low, and with the partial streamlining, they call it partial streamlining because a streamliner completely encapsulates the whole person. So anything in the partial streamliner class, it has fairings and stuff, but you can still see the person's whole body. If you were looking at the bike from the side with the person on it, you have to see everything, their hands, their legs, everything. So basically the fairings just come and wrap around you and go around your body. But basically it'll look like a kind of like a sport bike, and it'll, with fairings and stuff, except they'll all be sheet metal. And I don't know how much partial streamlining, hopefully it will help get it through the wind, but the main thing you can do at Bonneville is, from what I can figure out, is getting the bike as low down as possible, and small frontal area on the bike, so it just cuts through the wind.
How much time do you have left before this thing's got to be done?
Well, right now it's like April 18th or something, and when you build a bike for Bonneville, you want to have it, you basically try to have it done by the beginning of August, because that gives you a couple weeks to tune it and work out any kinks. So basically, somewhere in the neighborhood of just shy of 4 months, which theoretically, if I can put the time into it, should be feasible, but it's a complicated, tricky build. I mean, I can run into a lot of problems along the way, and I'll have to be working really hard, because, you know, I'll probably end up having to put, I don't know, 600 hours into it.
Anything else you wanted to say about this build? What do you expect the bike to do as far as, you know, top speed?
As far as speed goes, the 500cc Rotex, the Egg Salad bike, it only went, I think the highest speed it hit was 114 miles an hour, which isn't that bad for a 500 single, because you just don't get the RPMs out of a single. I would be happy if I could get this thing up to 130 miles an hour. That may be completely outrageous, I don't know. I don't think that would be too far out of the realm of possibility.